If you are tired of spending hours studying only for you to get an average result, then this video is for you. And what if I tell you that there's a secret where you can just study in less hours and still get that distinction grade, where you can still get that high result? These are the secrets that these best students in your class apply, but you don't tend to get it because they don't share it with everybody. But that is what I am going to do in this video. And in this video I will show you the exact way where you can study less in less hour and still get high grades in your class. Now, it's not just for you to study for 7 hours straight. It's not just for you to study 8 hours straight. You can still study 8 hours straight and you get to find out that at the end of the day your result is bad. So what is the problem? How can you fix it? My name is Basi Ejoba. I'm a 400 level student at the University of Calabar studying medical laboratory science, and in my channel I help students level up their academic game. I also share helpful tips on the channel focusing on personal development. So if you love content like this, don't forget to hit on the red subscribe button so I can continue getting updates in my job videos like this, so that you can help me grow. Just like I've said, today I'm going to reveal to you ways you can be able to study less. You don't spend the whole of your time studying, but you will still get higher grades. It happens to me when I was in my 200th level. Yes, that is in medical college. So in my 200 level was something that, you are just going to medical college for the first time. And fear, there are a lot of fears. People were telling us that anatomy, embryology, gross anatomy, embryology, biochemistry, physiology, bro, like there was a lot of fear. So I actually devoted my time to studying. I can read for 6 hours straight. I can read for 8 hours straight. I was not even sleeping at night, only for me to discover that my results came out. I was having D. So I was like, what is the problem? I am reading, I am studying. So how come I am now failing? Only for me to go online and I start sourcing for ways, start sourcing for the solution. How come I will study for long hours but I will still get average score? Only for me to discover that there are secrets of studying, and I applied this exact secret in my second semester. My second semester result was better than my first semester, and when I entered my year 3, because I already perfected it, when I entered my year 3, my result was superb. I was getting A's, I was getting B's, A, B, and I will share the secret with you. And number one secret there is what we know as the active recall. Now, the active recall is one of the study techniques that instead of you just studying for, let's say you study for 5 hours or you study for 4 hours, instead of you just studying and say, okay, I'm doing my studies, close to a book. No. But the active recall, after studying, you close your book and try to quiz yourself on what you just read. That is known as what is known as active. No recall, right? Recall is to remember what you have read, right? But now it's not just a passive recall, it is an active recall, where that is that moment that you just finished reading, you close your book and try to quiz yourself questions. Ask yourself, okay, let's say you read a particular topic. Let's say let me use for Sunday school as an example. Let's say you read biology, and in biology you read a particular topic that's known as photosynthesis. Now, instead of just reading the photosynthesis and closing your book and go, right, you try to ask yourself questions on that stuff. Ask, what is photosynthesis? What is the byproduct of photosynthesis? What is the importance of photosynthesis? Now, these questions asking yourself will play a vital role, that even though you read for a less period of time, you can still remember that concept. You understand? You can still remember that concept. Secondly is what is known as the space repetition. Now, the space repetition is studying more in less time, but at this particular time it is spreading out your studies. That means, let's say you are supposed to read a particular subject on Monday. Let's say let me just use my biology. I'm supposed to read biology on Monday, and in my biology, the topic I'm supposed to read in my biology is photosynthesis, for example. So what I will simply do is that Monday I will read my biology, right? I don't care whether I read for 2 hours, whether for 3 hours, right? So after that, I will space out. Now on Tuesday, I will not still read that biology. I will not go on biology, neither will I read photosynthesis. You understand? Then I will decide to read, let's say, chemistry or any other subject, right? Then on Wednesday, note I've already spaced out my Tuesday, right? So on Wednesday, I will now come and I will now read that biology again. But at this particular time, I'm not going to read a new topic in biology. And even though I read a new topic in biology, I will still go back to that photosynthesis I read. Now, at this particular point in time, I am not going there to read the photosynthesis new. I am just going there to get reviews, to review how far what I read and stuff like that, so that they can stick to my memory more. Because when you repeatedly read a particular topic, you understand, when you continuously read a particular topic, it the brain transfers from the short-term memory to the long-term memory. That is why you get to find out that the alphabet that you learn in primary school, you still remember it up to now because it is of importance. You do with it every day. You understand? There's no day you don't play with the alphabet, right? So the brain transfers from the short-term memory to the long-term memory. That is the same thing that's happening. Then on Friday, I will also space out my Thursday. Then on Friday, I am not coming to study, right? That Friday, I am not coming to review. What I will simply do that Friday is to look for past questions. If I have the past questions, and try to see how I can ask myself questions on that particular topic. Try to quiz myself, try to see I can solve or I can answer questions, definitions, and stuff like that. That is what is known as the space repetition. Now, the space repetition is very, very helpful, especially if you are someone that you read and forget. You understand? When you read and forget, the space repetition is going to be helpful because you are going to be repeating a particular topic for like 3 times in a week, and when you do like that, like I said, it's going to be transferred to the long-term memory. Number 3 is to imbibe what is known as the Pomodoro technique. Now, the Pomodoro technique is simply studying in short focus blocks. So when it comes to the Pomodoro technique, like I said, I was studying for 6 hours, 8 hours stretch, right? In my year 2, I was not actually doing the Pomodoro technique as of that time, and that was what was bringing in more fear. Yes, because I was already reading with fear that, oh, I will fail, year 2 is hard and stuff like that, right? So I was already using that fear to study, and I'm sitting down to study for a long period of time. Increases that anxiety, increases that fear that more continue reading or other stuff. This course is not resumed and stuff like that. But when you start practicing Pomodoro technique, which is studying a short focus block, the Pomodoro technique is, let's say I want to study for 3 hours, right? So what I will basically be doing is that I will be studying for 50 minutes. For every 1 hour I want to study, I will study only for 15 minutes, then have a 10-minute break, right? That 10-minute break is to help me ease myself, relax myself, go and get anything I want to get, and still come back to my studies. So you get to find out that you study for 15 minutes, have a 10-minute break, come back and study for 15 minutes, have a 10-minute break, come back and study for 15 minutes, have a 10-minute break. And you can join our post-UTME study challenge. Our post-UTME study challenge is currently ongoing, and it is through there I will also teach you various study techniques. You understand? I talk about a lot of various study techniques. Like yesterday, I studied for 7 o'clock to 9 p.m. because we are just starting up. You understand? The time will come when we study for 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. But we are just starting up. So this is a perfect opportunity for you to join the post-UTME challenge. And if you want to join the post-UTME challenge, just drop it in the comment section. Let me know. Just say I'm interested to join the post-UTME challenge. I will just send you the link to our WhatsApp group and you join, and together we'll see how you can be able to smash your post-UTME. And if you're also looking for past questions and answers for your post-UTME, hit me up on WhatsApp, just like I've said, and you will get it. And lastly, the last technique which you can use to study less and still score high and still get better grade is what we call comprehension, that is understanding. Now, a lot of people just cram. Without understanding what they are reading. You understand? When you cram, you understand, without understanding what you are reading, then I don't think you actually need it, because the moment you just finish reading, after some time, let's say you just finish reading, then your mom now called you or you now went to get something, you just notice that you forget everything that you have read. You just forget. It's just as if your brain is on disappearing message. Everything will just wipe out from your brain. So it is very, very important that you understand what you are reading. Don't just cram what you are reading. Understand it. If it's possible, try to liken it to the environment. Relate your day-to-day stuff with it. Understand, so that you can be able to understand what you are reading instead of just cramming it. So this is how you can be able to study less and still get high grades in the university. You can apply this in the university. You can apply this for a polytechnic student, college of education student, or even a secondary school student who is preparing for any of the exams, whether JAM, GC, post-UTME, or any exam you can just think of. So these tips here is what I call the active learning technique. I've been talking about this active learning technique in a lot of my videos, so you can go and check it out. I have more of this active learning technique, which I will also be revealing in this video. Drop it in the comment section which of these tips you are going to try right away. And if you love this video and you wish to continue getting videos like this, please don't forget to hit on the red subscribe button, and also share this video to your friends so they can come here and get value. And in turn, I'll be motivated to continue dropping videos like this. Until I see you in my next video, always remember that you're wonderful, always remember that you're unique, and always remember that you're a setter. I, Bassi Jogba, really loves you. Thank you.